doing it. Remember that one from LL Cool J? We're doing it and doing it and doing
Hi,
it.
everybody.
Talking about music. Hey, everybody. It's Friday night.
And I'm feeling right. Oh,
I've
yes, it's
got
Friday
Claudia
night. Oh,
and
what
we're
a
being
night.
serenaded.
What a night.
Yep, we're getting a little bit of serenade here. We got a little party going. A little bit of Claudia, Catmama, Meow, karaoke
Meowdy.
going. Meowdy, everybody.
Meowdy.
So there.
Welcome to my castle.
We are. Well, she is broadcasting live from her. Well, yeah, live from her castle,
Transylvania, of course.
of course. And wow. Okay, 6 people in chat. So let me back up. Thank you, everybody, for being patient. I had a few little internet snafus. Miss Tarot D, my calendar's full of naps and snack time. Sounds good to me. Let's see. I know Cosmic Orphan, Steven. Yeah, no Trump here. Nope. Yeah, he belongs in jail. So, Miss Tarot D.
You'll have to enunciate because I keep hearing Cosmic Orifice. So you're going to have to enunciate that.
Well, you hear Orphan.
Orphan,
Tarot D
not Orifice.
Miss Tarot D hears orgasm, cosmic orgasm. So take your pick, right, Stephen?
Well,
as long as you don't call me late for dinner.
now that we have choices.
There we go. And Miss Tarot D is going to be going to one of the oldest cemeteries in the Bronx. Ooh. This weekend.
Very
and
nice.
Yes, that would be awesome. And she's going to be in full red devil queen drag. Oh damn!
Oh my lord!
Girl. You gotta snap that picture.
I'm cemeterying it up tomorrow night, Miss Tarot D.
Ooh.
Yep. Yeah.
Where are you going
want to share what you're going to do tomorrow?
Well, I'll talk about it in a minute when we do our whole round robin, unless you just want to go right now.
Hold on. Whoa, okay. Chat just really jumped. Okay.
Say hi to everybody.
Yeah. Yep, there I am. I had a reboot. That's my whole life was the Breakfast Club. Yes. I was Ally Sheedy's character. I could connect with her. Except for the dandruff. It wasn't that bad. Aries girl Tarot, tell her to wear the pumps, take them dang boots off. What?
Oh.
I don't know what kind of show this is turning into. Isadora Smith. Hello.
Hello, Isadora.
Let's see. Okay, liberals. Ellen R. Hello, Ellen. Okay, Miss Tarot D, got you starred. Flowing. Hello, my dear. Yeah, this is a Trump-free zone. I live in the Bronx, Miss Tarot D, says Ellen R. Ooh. And hello, Hershey, Shadow Reader.
Oh, Ellen R. is in the Bronx?
Yeah. It's Cosmic Organ.
Oh my gosh.
So now we have 4.
No comments, Steven. Don't even get me started.
I don't know, honey. I'm stuck on Cosmic Orifice.
Oh.
We got somebody hot rodding.
Wow. I might be hearing that too.
Halloween weekend.
Oh, we don't want to put that up there. No, we don't want people knowing where you live, Miss Tarot D, not on the street. Star me, please. Okay, I'll star you. We haven't come up with, but we're going to play this by ear because we have Catmama here with us this evening. Odilia, hello, my dear.
Meowdy.
Oh my goodness. What is bad? Something against I can't remember. I'm not good with all the acronyms that are out there. But I think that's something. Oh, here we go. So yeah. Miss Tarot D will be able to explain that in chat. So we have Claudia, Catmama Meow, here with us from her castle.
Meowdy, from the castle in Transylvania.
From Transylvania. And for some of those who don't know who you are, Miss Catmama, do you want to, share anything with us with my chats with Allyson and I that we may not know about you? Anything you want to share?
Oh, well, I'm that annoying person who always says meowdy in the chat.
I think it's adorable.
Oh, thank you. I have a channel called Catmama Meow's Do Drop In, And
Link in the description below.
oh, thank you. I have not been doing a lot of videos. That's going to change though. I'm moving. I'm in the middle of a move. But I'm still here with you tonight. And once I get my little studio set back up and stuff, then I plan on doing some more videos. But what I do, I work with divining rods and pendulums, and also oracle cards and cards of different. I do have tarot cards as well, but that's not really something I'm focusing on presently. But what else do you want to know?
Well, some people resonate more with one or the other. Some people like a very direct, guided set like tarot, and then like Allyson, and then others like something where they're a little bit more free flowing. It can be a little bit more intuitive. I mean, tarot can be very intuitive as well, but with oracle, you have a little bit more freedom to kind of, work and connect with the images from my point of view.
I noticed that tarot card readers, of course, as do Lenormand and Oracle and stuff. Everybody has a little bit different take on it. And for example, some tarot card readers I've noticed are very, by the book and the definitions and the descriptions, and then other ones kind of do it more by feel of the card. And I'm sure there's on the spectrum, everybody in between there. I think the same thing is done with all the other cards too. I think there's a lot of different styles that I like, and I appreciate people having different styles and coming at it from different angles, because everybody brings something different to the table, and everybody's got different gifts.
Yep.
And so
that's what's great about our community.
Yes, variety is the spice of life. And oh, you know what? I did want to say something real quick about this community. I made a post, a little video. Was it last night? Could have been in the middle of the night. I think it was like 3:00 in the morning or something. And I just wanted to tell people how appreciative I am of our community. It's gotten me through the reign of terror of 45 and the pandemic. And moving is stressful, and there's a lot of moving parts, no pun intended. And I've gotten close to having anxiety attacks a couple of times over the last week and a half or so. And when I have come to YouTube and looked for a live broadcast like we're having right now, and I have gotten support and help from the chatters in the chat room and from the people hosting the programs. And I am just ever so appreciative.
Best chatters ever.
Yeah. So enough about me.
Typing that in there. Best chatters
ever.
So just really quick, how did you get into working with the dowsing rods?
Well, how did I do that? Well, I always thought that they were interesting, and I even as a kid, like the dowsing, what do they call when they use the stick to look for the the water witch? I always thought that was very interesting, and I'm going to say about 10 years ago or so, I had been doing the oracle cards, but I was interested in pendulums, and I kept seeing pendulums at different stores and different events and stuff. And I didn't know if I could do it. And so I picked one up, and I, talked to it a little bit in my head, and poof, it worked immediately. And then I started trying all different kinds of pendulums, and it turns out that it doesn't matter how little it is, no matter how big it is, doesn't matter what it's made out of. That baby will move for me. And I found that fascinating, and it's kinetic energy. And so kind of the divining rods was a natural natural next step in the kinetic energy transfer, you know. And so so I bought myself some, and they work for me like the pendulum does, you know, in their own little way, and that's it. And I bought
It's
Wow.
water dowsing with the
water
sticks.
dowsing with the sticks,
Water
yeah.
dowsing.
But these are my beautiful copper
Oh, those are
dipping
lovely.
rods. I know, I love copper
Yeah.
too. I love
Yes, I
copper.
love copper.
Me
Copper
too.
anything is awesome.
Yeah, it just feels good to me, you know?
And it's just beautiful. I just like copper
Yeah.
better than any metal, honestly.
There was a store
Yeah.
that we went
I'm a
to
big fan.
Yeah.
in Jerome when we were living in Arizona. Shan and I decided to go to Jerome to celebrate our anniversary that weekend. And this one store was just pretty much almost everything they sold was all copper. And it was
Ooh.
just, it was awesome.
You'd be like,
I loved it.
excuse me,
I
as I wipe
want
the
a hammered copper farmhouse sink.
You want to, oh, a sink.
Ooh.
I do.
You know what I want? I want a copper cauldron with
Ooh.
feet on it, like a big one. Like you could serve a big giant meal of soup in it, like big, beautiful one.
I love my little black, I love my black ones. You know,
Oh,
I mean, the coppers are gorgeous.
yeah, and
But whenever I see a tiny little black cauldron or a black cauldron, I just kind of get like, I get like girly. I don't want to say girly. I get all giggly.
what's
It's like I'm a kid, you know. I'm just like,
okay? So I'm not the
ooh.
only one because I've got this thing for cauldrons. I do. I don't, you know, every time I see one, I'm like, ooh, just like you, like a fangirl. And I'm like, well, I have to tell myself, the adult in me has to say, you already have several cauldrons. Yes, but I don't have this one. This one needs a home. It needs to be loved. Somebody else will love it.
And like Hershey said, they've seen soaking tubs. Oh, and when you see those old shows where they take you, whether it's for a ghost investigation or when they do tours of the remodel and or restore Victorian houses or way back when, and they go in and you see the copper, you know,
Pipes and
original
stuff.
tilings with the
Mm.
details on them, and then the tubs. I say, oh my God, yes, I
Oh,
love
the
it.
copper ceiling
Hi,
tiles,
Amanda.
you know,
Yep.
that are embossed. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a
Chunky
chunky
copper
copper.
chain.
Ooh,
Yep.
nice.
That's what that store too in Arizona had.
Hi, Amanda. Amanda and I
So
went.
we've had some people popping in. We have
Oh, okay.
Pisces greeter TK.
Hi, Pisces.
We have had Amanda Carroll join us. She's joining us from Allison's channel. I'm getting used to seeing the little clip thing on there. I'm like, okay, that's yeah. So now I know where people are coming from. So or where they're hanging out. Okay, so Steven's over there with Allison. And I know that Fatima
Oh,
had popped in.
I
Hello,
didn't do the
Fatima.
simulcast. Oops, I forgot.
If you could still do it, I think if you want.
I don't think I even know how to do it.
I don't either. I just said people know how to do it. They can do it. And Thomas Tarot Your Way is here via Allison. And Brenda Tarot. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you. And Hershey says, I want a set of rods. Hopefully a set will find me soon. You put that intention out there and, you know, I'm sure they will follow you. So, Allison,
So nice.
what are you bringing to the party this week? And copper is a shield for
Allison,
empaths.
my aim is true.
1 second.
Oh, okay. Just getting a text. So, Steven. Okay. Oh, so Miss Tarot D is over in Allison's. Okay, I'm like, what is going on here? It's like,
Okay, I'm here. I just wanted to say hi to the chat.
Yeah.
I can't chat and pull cards at the same time. There's no way. So I don't know how you do it. There's just I have to focus and ground and pay attention to what I'm doing. And I'm about ready to do that.
Ooh, nice.
Am I saying what I did this week? Is it
my turn? What's on your mind? What's going on with you, Chica?
What's going on with me?
Hey girl, hey. That's how we
work
talk
as
to each other,
usual,
like.
right? And getting ready for Halloween and all of that kind of stuff. And have a big day. Oh yeah. So tomorrow I'm going to a haunted house thing that's set up here in where I live. And Saturday night is supposed to be 5 out of 5 scary, right? Because different nights of the week they tone it down for the little kids and this, that, and whatever. But it's supposed to be super scary, or as scary as it can get. And then we're gonna go check out a cemetery that's near here tomorrow night
That's
after hours.
new.
We've decided we're grown adults and we're not there to cause mischief. So if
Yeah.
we get
No.
we'll leave, we'll just leave. But we're gonna take our little flashlights and walk around and see if we can't find the oldest grave and just
We did that
weird.
for we did it.
You know, and we'll carry our sage and have our tourmaline on us and all that kind of stuff. But there's a very old cemetery here that I've never been to, and I drive by it on my morning bus route every day. And we were talking about it earlier, and he's like, let's go there. And I'm like, all right, so that's what we'll do. So after, so we're going to do that tomorrow, and that'll probably be that'll be my big Halloween. And then on Halloween, I'll probably go over to my sister's and pass out candy and whatever. But we're gonna, so that's my week. And,
When I was 13, a friend of mine, her church was doing a late night. I can't remember. It was like a sleepover at the church, but they were doing a scavenger hunt. And one of the place we had to go to on the scavenger hunt was the local Clarence Cemetery, and we had to find a tombstone with the name of Smith on it because that's one of the most common names. So
we're going to do a game too. That's a great idea. I love that.
And so we were all right. And of course, my friend who wasn't aware of what gifts were going, oh my God, I'm seeing things. She's grabbing me and she's like, run. She goes, something's going to grab us out. Hannah's going to grab us out of the ground. So we're running through, we're screaming, we're taking Polaroids. I mean, it was hysterical that night, but yeah. And, for a church, to be willing to do that with, that was amazing. It was pretty much of a progressive,
I was gonna say it's very progressive, and that's so fun. Yeah. And I think it should be celebrated and not made such a scary thing. And I don't know about everybody else, but it's like, I love cemeteries. I always have. I think it's not a bad idea to be protected, because there can be not that I think it's better hanging out.
Yeah,
they're not, but there are spirits at the cemetery for sure. So you just gotta, just be smart.
Yeah, there's the oldest cemetery in Niagara Falls, which has the lady who was the one that went over the falls in her barrel and survived. She's buried there along with a couple of other people. And the cemetery is so beautiful that on and off since the past, I think, 7 years or so, I'll just take my paints or my sketch or whatever, and I'll just let them know. I'll be like, hey, I'm just going to be hanging out. I can't think of his name, Tim. I'll be like, Tim, I'm just going to be hanging out in case anyone says someone's, hanging out. What are they doing? And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they all know you. You're doing your art. And I will sit there, and wherever I would sit down that I wanted to draw or sketch a tree or something, I look around me and say, hey, everybody, I'm not here to disrupt you. I would say hello to the people whose names, but, to say hi, how are you? I hope you're enjoying your afterlife. I'm here in peace. I'm just going to draw this beautiful tree here. And when I leave, I just ask that please do not follow me. Here to stay home. Stay here, And I've never, Ellen R. She buried in her barrel. No, actually.
Would that be so confining?
No, actually, she's not, but she survived. That would be the perfect way to go. Well, she survived. She's famous. So she's one of the very few that survived that went over. I can't think of her name, though.
I'm sorry. I'll wait till you're done. I have to say something.
And just really quick, Amanda Carroll said, I learned to smoke cigarettes in the cemetery. We had a great one in Oakland.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I wanted to share that.
Not too far from me.
Okay, so be right back. Okay, my dear. So go ahead, Allyson. I think we're all caught up.
I was just going to say that actually I have 2 things to say, and I feel bad. I'll say this. This isn't what I was going to say, but I just thought of it. I should have mentioned tomorrow we are going to go visit my mom's grave. That's like during the day. We're going to do some running around, and we're going to carve pumpkins like after we have dinner, and then the haunted house in the evening, and then we'll go to cemeteries late. So it's a whole day of Halloween. And so I've sunflowers for my mom's grave, and Anthony got sunflowers for my mom's grave, and I'm going to bring her a pie pumpkin. And
oh, that's so sweet of him to do that.
I mean, yeah. It'll be fun. But what I was going to say is Niagara Falls, and I'm sure you know this, and I'm sure a lot of people, but not everybody know. So many people kill themselves every year at Niagara Falls. Yeah. So it's very, 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 very haunted.
A couple of years ago, we had a young lady do that.
There are many. It's so haunted. And I've seen a couple different. What is that lady's name? I've seen a few different psychics that have gone there. And
do they drown when they hit the water underneath the falls?
Hold on one second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
1 second. So, and when they go there, it's so thick with spirits that it's like having them stand in line to talk to the medium, because there's, I mean, and I'm sure you know that, Heather, every year.
Yeah, you can feel
lots and lots and lots of people. And so
we haven't had one in a while.
It's very haunted there.
That's what happened to Susan Lynn when we went to New Orleans. I think it was 2020 or 2021. There were so many people in New Orleans that were hitting her up. And she was like, wait a minute, one at a time.
Yeah.
Get in the line. Poor girl.
Yeah, we don't have it doesn't happen every year. However, I actually had a friend, a girl that I grew up with. Her sister used to babysit me. Her sister got into mentally in a bad way over the years as she got older, and unfortunately she took her life. And she jumped in the gorge. And then a couple of years ago, we had a young lady, Buffalo State student, bright student. She was there for science or something, or business, whole life ahead of her. And I guess her boyfriend broke up with her from New York City. And she felt like the only thing that she could do because of him breaking up with her was to go and, they say they haven't found her, but last year a body was reported being found, but they're keeping it very private, very quiet. So a lot of us are assuming that it's her. And people have to remember, not just, people, taking their lives there. But we have a really heavy history here of being right there with the forts. So a lot of the wars over the years between Native American and American, and then Native American fighting against the French and the English. So there's a lot of, I went to one of the forts quite a few years back in this one area. Even though I can't physically see, I felt like somebody was watching me, and I wouldn't go by this one building. A lot of people were dressed in period clothing and stuff, and it wasn't like really heavy all the way, but you can tell there was an energy. So people who are sensitive, you'll definitely pick up on that. So when, she said that there were people lining up, there were probably people from all the wars, all the, the casualties between, the Native Americans and Americans when they were moving in, because there are original illustrations and what do you call those? Oh, I can't think of it, but the ink pressing,
the printing press,
the lithographs. Thank you. That were done, that have been preserved, that shows exactly what the area looked like before man really moved in. I mean, everything was just all woods. Everything was thick with forest and trees and stuff. So, there is a lot. Of course, you have the Native American lore of the Maid of the Mist. That's what they named the boat after.
Yep.
So there's a lot of history, here. And I think too, because of people using the falls as a means, when things get too much that they feel like they have to take their lives. You have, the energy from those wars, from that trauma, the natural energies of the land. Plus, on top of it, not far from here is Love Canal, where they had all the toxins and the toxic dumps and stuff. And so people, their energy, it's just gotten so thick and heavy here that this is supposed to be a beautiful, wonder of the world. And it is still a very beautiful wonder of the world. If you can ever make it, just, be safe and, stay together in the parks and stuff. But It's just a lot of it has been, in my personal opinion, tainted by the history and what's going on right now. And it's just, yeah, we I just wish a whole group of light workers would just really is infiltrate this area and just try to raise this vibration up. But it may take a while.
I think
So
that Eckhart Tolle would consider that a pain body. And there are some countries where the pain body is just huge. And I think there's whole
yeah.
countries where the pain body is huge, like Russia and some Middle Eastern countries. And then there's areas where the pain body is huge. And it sounds like you're describing um, a, a geographic area that is
Hmm.
has a pain body from all that stuff. That has been a long history of it, and continues to this day, right? If people are
Hmm.
using that still, like the Golden Gate Bridge, which is not too far from me, about an hour and a half, people people have used that for a long time to
Hmm.
as their way out, you know.
Yeah, and I
So
think when a lot of people when they hit the water, depending on where they are, usually with the falls, it's just before the drop off. So the currents are so strong that they're probably, pulled under, and it's,
mhm,
hopefully it's quick,
mhm.
and
Yeah, I
that
was
they
thinking
don't
they're
feel
probably
as
drowning.
much.
I
But
think
yeah.
I think that a lot of the people that are successful, I don't know how many have lived, but some people have lived jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. But I think the velocity from the height of the bridge as you're coming down, when you hit that water,
Yeah, it's like
it's
hitting
it's
rocket.
like hitting concrete, you know.
It
And
is, and it's also biting cold. And
Hmm.
well, yeah, that's
uh,
true.
are do we? I lived there for like 15 years, and I
Oh,
left in 2018. So,
oh,
are people that survived the actual jump from the Golden Gate Bridge?
yeah.
I think there
There's
is. Yeah.
I have watched a couple interviews um, uh, uh, on this one particular guy, and I think he did it in the 90s, and he had a lot of internal damage, as one would expect.
Okay.
But he did
Yeah.
live to tell, and then he was so great. He actually, as he was falling, he said that he wished that he could take it back, and but then he knew he was going to hit. But the interesting thing is, I think because he did have that epiphany on the way down, and it couldn't have been that long, but I think that's probably why he lived, because my
Yeah.
understanding is we have a couple opportunities to exit during our lifetime,
Divine
and
intervention.
he
Yeah.
must have yeah, he thought this was going to be his exit, but then he realized that's not, it didn't want it, and then he lived. And then he was and he's
That's good.
apparently had a really good life since then.
Hmm.
He's had some health issues, but
Yeah.
he is not angry about that because he knows that he did it to himself, and he's just happy to be alive.
And I'm sure he must go around and try to talk to people. I'm hoping that he goes out and advocates for people to get a counselor to get help when needed. I know
Hmm.
a lot of places are trying to make it so hard that people can't get over. They put like double barriers.
Hmm.
But here in the falls there's still some areas where,
Hey,
and this
man,
and this is what drives me nuts, is that there's
where
this
there's a
one
will, there's a way.
there's a park called it's Three Sisters Island, and they have it where there's just a metal bar and it says please don't go, because here's the rock and there's the water. Parents are still taking their kids down there. Oh, we're being careful, but I'm standing there going, all you have to do is turn away once, or a child accidentally trips, falls in. So I really wish that they would try to. I haven't been down there in a very long time, just because of the condition of the city with the gangs and stuff and whatnot. So I don't, I haven't ventured down there in a very long time, but um
I'm gonna have to come visit you because I've wanted to see Niagara Falls for a really long time.
it's beautiful. I always tell people, if you plan on coming here, try to make sure that you take the scenic route in, and that goes down into the park area. And you can go to like Third Street, where you have like the Starbucks and things, and the casino. but at that point, do not really go past there, especially if you're not familiar. And it's not like I'm trying to instill fear into people, but there have been reports over the last few years that some tourists, they stop at one the little side gas station or whatever. Some people have been robbed. Some people have been
Oh,
robbed, in the park. And so it's just it's just the way the world is. I just learned yesterday or last night about what happened in Maine. And
ugh.
so it just seems like these days you never really know. Buffalo had its experience 2 years ago with our tops. And so I think, and this is not to be a downer. I don't want this to, this to be but just people just making good choices, using your intuition. When something doesn't tell you something's not right, don't do it, don't go, or make sure that you take plenty of precautions and that you're mindful and, just the way the world is right now. Um, and hello, Kim. um, so so we didn't really, I have a themed question, usually planned
Mhm.
if anybody wants cards. But I'm just, unless Allison, there's something you had specifically in mind, that you thought, or Claudia, that you would, think would be a good themed question, or just pull cards for any questions that people have for tonight.
Well,
What?
they have choices tonight. I've got oracle cards, and I've got pendulums, and I've got the divining rods. So if they have,
As long as it's
and
not political, everybody in my chat is really good with that. They know I don't, we don't do political. When it comes to third party, I'll read on energy of the person asking, but I don't have permission to read on another person, that's
Mhm.
involved. So I won't do that. And when it comes to health and legal, I can read on general energy, but I'm not a lawyer or a doctor. So I always tell YouTube,
But you
for
play one on
entertainment.
TV.
I play I don't play anything on TV except the role of, hopefully hostess with the mostest. And my lovely compadres that join me um, every week. So um, I know Miss Taro D said she had to go, um, but she would be back. But Isadora, that's right, I highlighted something. Isadora was
I have an
mentioning that
idea.
there was a man that was buried with his Harley. So yeah, some people
Oh,
like to be buried, but I don't think she was, I think, yeah, I don't know what kind of condition the barrel would have been in, but no, that was actually quite funny. I love that. So Hershey said star me. So yeah, if anybody would like cards
Something
pulled.
we could do, Heather, and again, it's
Oh,
just an idea. So, like, if
sure.
people want to ask a question, they can ask a question, or, and again, this is if you want to do this, we could also say something along the lines of, "Is there anything, um, I need to know before the end of the year?" I mean, we are right at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I believe there is something energetically about each year, and
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're into numerology or you follow numerology, like, what do I, whatever,
mhm.
regarding, my year, what do, I don't know.
Well,
No, it
this could
sounds
be
good to
just
me.
like
I'm tired of
people
the, what
could
do
go
we know?
people could go trick or treating with us, right? And depending on, they can ask their, and we'll have something different each one of us. Like I'm giving out full size Snickers, you know.
Oh, so Kim Lovejoy. Okay, so Kim, I'm going to star you. So Hershey says, okay, sounds good. So I don't
So
think
we're
Miss
starting
Taro
with
D.
Hershey.
Yeah, because Miss Taro D is not back yet. So so Hershey was the next one that I had.
Alrighty.
So I guess just kind of general, maybe
If people
Hershey
don't know or if they don't
What
say
do you
anything, I'm
want,
just going to read
Hershey?
what the energy is around them right now.
okay. So we'll just do that.
Hi, baby.
Okay, so this is for Hershey.
Yeah, this is for Hershey.
Okay.
Oh, so many cards to choose from. I think I'll use that new one that everybody likes, that I like too. P.S. Amanda Carroll, things aren't going with my new job, keeping company with woman who has Alzheimer's. Oh, I used to do that, Amanda. I had to babysit, not babysit, wrong term. I would watch her when, you know, the husband and wife would go out and she was sleeping, and they would go to their car races and stuff. And, my mom would look after her sometimes during the day. And then in the evening, after, she was put to bed, I would watch her. And, um, but yeah, it's not a, oh, okay. General eclipse reading. All righty, Amanda. I'll star you. So my guests always go first. So, Claudia, if you get something for Hershey, let me know, and I'll put you in the big seat,
Okay.
or the
I
booster, as I called it the
the
other night
booster
for
seat.
Gerald. Yeah.
Okay. I am using the herbal astrology um cards. If you can see that right here. And let's see. Card for Hershey. Yipper doodle. All right. Oh, Tulsi. Oh, I love Tulsi. The number is 19, so that's a 1 and 9 is 10. I'll show you the card. It's got a glare on it. Oh, can you see that? Tulsi.
Yeah. Pretty
I
little
like Tulsi
peacock.
tea. And yeah, it does have a peacock. And let's read about Tulsi. That is number 19. Tulsi. Ooh, wealth. Ooh. Okay, so this was a card for Hershey. And God.
And I can see the cattail behind you.
Oh, and that's Nino. Oh, that's Nino. You haven't met Nino Turner
Hi,
yet.
Nino.
This is my baby boy. Hi, Nino.
Oh, and
Look at your
Hershey said
eyes.
that 10-1 is her number also.
Woohoo.
It's her tarot number too. So, and hello,
Well,
Morgan the Void. Welcome, my dear.
I'm trying to get my my looking glass here. What the Chrissy? Okay. All right. Let's read about Tulsi. Okay. And it was upright. So, oh, Nino. Oh, that's okay. Okay. 19 Tulsi wealth and oxymum sanctum is the scientific name for Tulsi. Upright, true wealth, prosperity, charismatic, vivacious, luxury, beauty, auspicious. Oh my goodness. Okay, Tulsi, also known as Tulasi, is frequently mentioned as one of the main pillars of herbal medicine in ancient Ayurvedic texts, some dating back to as far as 5000 BC. It is known as the quote incomparable one, end quote. And the quote queen of herbs, end quote, and quote the mother medicine of nature, end quote. In the ancient Vedic text, the Bhagavad Purana, the Purana, not Purana like the fish, the queen of herbs is noted as the plant embodiment of Lakshmi, wife of Vishnu, and known as goddess of wealth and generosity. In Hindu mythology, Tulsi is regarded as a living gateway between heaven and earth and believed to be a manifestation of the divine within. Along trade routes from Asia to Europe, Christians used Tulsi in rituals and called it holy basil. And that's how, yeah, we usually see it around here, like in teas and stuff. They'll call it holy basil. I love it too. It's very delicious. Across cultures, Tulsi was regarded as a symbol of divinity and purity. Do you want me to go on? Am I taking up too much time?
Nope, you're fine, sweetheart.
You want me? Okay. Found in many Ayurvedic formulas, Tulsi is regarded as Rasayana, master plants that assist in longevity and rejuvenation. It has been used to treat intestinal gas, colds, flu, headaches, migraines, anxiety, weakness, memory enhancement, premature aging, tumors, and much more. With its ability to enhance cerebral circulation and memory, Tulsi greatly embodies the archetype of Mercury. the great communicator who governs our conscious mind, perception, understanding, along with primarily the nervous system and respiratory system. Tulsi is also ruled by Mercury's polarity, Jupiter, as it's an adaptogenic plant that increases longevity, immunity while having a strong auspicious nature, known to boost spiritual abilities. And the guidance for this card is the Tulsi goddess sits proudly facing her beautiful peacock, symbolizing heaven on earth. She raises her arms with grace, aiming them like wands up to catalyze magic and wealth. The fountain is centered between the goddess and the peacock, representing the wellspring created between earth, the manifest world, and heaven, the spirit world. Peacock, boy, this is gonna be. Let me see how long this is gonna go. Oh, we're almost done. Embodies the medicine of auspiciousness, magic, and beauty, reminding us that we are the living gateway to the greatest of mysteries. Tulsi is here today to teach that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance and wisdom, is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability. And that's Mercury in parens, rather than doubt and confusion. Don't be fooled by material possessions or the vanity often worshipped in the material world. Tune into deeper realities that abound around you. Be spontaneous and celebrate your temple just as you are, Hershey. I hope that resonated with you. That was very
Awesome.
educational.
Yes, she says this actually makes sense now. Oh my God, I needed this. Thank you for continuing to read.
Oh, I'm trying to show you without a glare on it. There she is with her arms raised to the heavens and the
Beautiful.
peacock and the water fountain.
Very nice.
Awesome.
All
Yay.
right.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
glad that made sense to you.
Alrighty, Miss Allyson.
So Hershey, I think this is personal life. But I got here, you had something here. I'm going to say this is a relationship, is what it looks like. Sometime in the past, and you felt like it was exactly what you deserved, and and all that kind of thing. But it turned out to not be what it looked like on the surface at some point. And I think that now you are processing some things. You might not be sharing everything you're going through with anybody, and you don't need to. And this could even just be subconscious, right? It is moon energy that's here. The hidden influence is the healing that you are doing on some level, whether you're aware of it or not. You're definitely in a healing period, is what I see here, which is beautiful. The hermit's not here, but some of this does feel kind of like hermit energy to me. The advice here is for you to go through this whole process and completely wrap it up. I got a couple clarifiers for that. The Chariot's here and the Five of Pentacles. So there was some sort of, moving forward from what you went through. The Five of Pentacles to me, though, here, it feels like this was you doing this. Maybe it was done to you. Which is like it's a sense of loss or emptiness. It can be like more on the physical, like financial, money, that kind of thing, but it doesn't feel like that to me. I mean, it could be, but I'm not really getting that energy off of that. The outcome here, I see you being in your power and seeing things much differently now than you used to. With the Six of Cups here, the outcome is the Devil, but this feels like this person. They have the Devil in the beginning, the Devil in the end. The Devil in the end is about seeing the situation, person, relationship, whatever this is, with clear eyes and knowing that this is not for you. And you standing in your power. Here you are, Queen of Wands. So hopefully this makes sense to you. And that's what I got.
Awesome. Okay, so Hershey, I am using that new tarot deck called Witch, Woman in Total Control of Herself. and I got the Sisterhood of Reciprocity. And this card is talking about tending to your partnerships, taking time to review um, or negotiate any new romances or friendships, um, and nurturing partnerships that you have, not just with people but with your own soul. I'm trying to paraphrase this. So, and this card is really fortress of this time because we are going um, into Samhain, and of course, this is a time for our ancestors. The veils are very thin, so we're very much more closer to being able to commune and to feel spirit around us. And it says that much of our world suffers from a lack of understanding what our ancestors knew so well. All life is dependent on the generosity of our planet. So at this time, acknowledging, being grateful for the food, water, shelter, the beauty, especially at this time of year that surrounds us. And it's, kind of like a reminder, are we celebrating and being thankful for the bounties that we have at this time of year? Offerings, are we making offerings in gratitude? We marked each season, each birth, death, love affair by honoring our Earth Mother. And so this little paragraph I'm going to finish because it mentions shadow, and I know you do shadow. Well, Hershey, the shadow reader. It says here, a witch carries this practice forward, knowing that all parts of her life are interdependent with the elements, creatures, and plants of the earth, the same way that her healthy psyche relies on all her parts working together. She must balance her genius with her shadow. And I saw that you said, I found out that I'm stretching my gifts again. So this is working, reworking, balancing what you're learning, your genius, your knowledge, into working with your shadow work that you are doing. So this makes a lot of sense. And it says here to also reconcile her love with fear, strike a balance between her logic and emotions. All parts of her life she is proud of, all parts of her life she is proud of must dance within the monstrous parts she fears in order to experience a bountiful creative life. And it says here to basically take stock of where you are, looking into your healthy relationships, your partnerships, and where they are not. And obviously, creating, healthy boundaries, loving people, keeping them at a distance, welcoming new people in, and this with you, with your energy, with your new abilities, and expanding what you already do. This is a time for tending the dance of reciprocity. So there you go, my dear.
Can I
Um,
say one other thing for Hershey?
sure.
Thank you. I'll be quick because we've been
Okay.
on this for quite a while. I felt compelled to pull from this literary witches deck. I got the boar milk, and I don't even know how you pronounce her name. Farar Farazad. This is an author. This is the literary witches deck. This boar card, Hershey talks about aggressively protecting yourself, taking on masculine energy wherever you need to. And this is about nourishment and remembering things and like reflecting where you need to. This milk card. And then Furrow, however you say your name, her message is of rebellion. And this talks about putting up barriers and isolating where you need to, but also being independent. So, which all sounds like healing stuff and taking care of you and standing on your power and all that kind of stuff, which is very the independence and the
Interdependence.
it comes back to a lot of what I said, and some of it even that Queen of Wands energy. Not that you have to be a fire sign, but that is the energy that I'm seeing around you. But I just wanted to share that.
Beautiful. She says, thank you so much, ladies. Much love. Okay, so next up is Kim, and she would like a pendulum reading. So that will be for love coming in February of 2024. So um
A
so will she be,
timeline on it?
yes, she goes, well, she be expecting love coming in by 2024. So I can use my pendulum for that. I have several pendulums. You could pull a card.
Okay, and I could do the
Allyson?
rods too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I haven't had rods, so. Kim Lovejoy. Now, Kim, when you say love coming in, this is like a romantic love, correct? This is what I'm assuming. Um, okay. I'm going to mute myself so I don't hear myself. Claudia, you could go at any time, hon. I'm just muting
Oh,
myself so that people don't hear
all
me
right.
asking my
Okay,
pendulum
so
questions.
so what's the answer? Yes to romantic love? Is that what Kim wants to know? Okay.
Yeah, she says here, yes, for a long
Okay.
term.
Yes, for long term. Okay. Okay, in 2024, is long term romantic love coming for Kim Lovejoy? In 2024, is long term romantic love coming for Kim Lovejoy? Ooh, that's a yes. That's a yes, dear. They're in the yes position. And if it was a no, they would have gone outwards. So you got a nice confirmed yes there. There you go.
So, Kim, for me, I asked first if there was going to be the long term relationship um, by February 2024, and I got a no.
February.
Um, so I asked would it be sometime after February of 2024, and I got a yes. So it's really kind of hard with timing with divination, but I'm feeling that um, sometime after February is when my pendulum started. So we'll look at this again for you. I mean, it'll be a perfect question for a February show for Valentine's Day and stuff that month. So um,
But you said after February.
I said my pendulum was saying after February, but I'm
Yeah.
saying we can
So
relook
after
at
that.
it and then kind of see it for the next few months or so. And Allyson, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to throw my 2 cents in here. I went ahead and threw a couple cards on this. I'm going to say this because I got I got what I asked, and I don't do timing, but I went ahead and asked anyways. If there was romantic love coming in for you by February of next year, 2024, because that's what I was understanding what the question was. So that's what I asked. I do see something here. I see you emotionally walking away from something, but I see you in something, 3 of Pentacles, and I see the 7 of Swords. So if anybody comes around between now and February, probably not going to be somebody you can trust. 7 of Swords. There's something here that's not good. So I would say if you do have somebody that shows up later, it's way more likely to be whatever it is that Heather's seeing. So if there's anybody, again, starts out with 8 of Cups. This is emotionally walking away.
Pedicure.
3 of Pentacles. This is working together with something somehow, but 7 of Swords. There's something here that's nefarious. I don't know what it is, but it could just be that you're needing to. Actually, I'm not going to get all into that. Wait till later in the year.
When it's fresh, and it was just, and we were just starting to giggle a little bit because Book Bewitched said, "So get a pedicure in late February."
Yeah,
yeah.
You can start shaving your legs in February.
We have also been joined by Wonderfully Supported. I'm not sure if I know who you are, but welcome. Sylvia, Colorful Foresight, is here. And Kim says, gotcha. Thank you, Allyson. And Tiffany is here. Hi, Tiffany. Good to see you. So alrighty, next up on the list is Amanda Carroll, and she says she would love a general eclipse energy reading for, yeah, because tomorrow Vana Intuitive and I will also be doing eclipse and full moon readings as well. So
Right, we have
let's see what,
partial eclipse tomorrow.
yeah. So let's see what we can get for Amanda. Do I want to use this deck or a different deck? No, let's just stick to this deck. Still learning these cards. I mean, it's a beautiful deck, but look how thick that freaking book is, man. My God. So I'm going to be using the book on and off for a bit. It's a lot of info. Okay, Amanda Carroll. General eclipse. Ooh. So I think I'm going to, because I think Claudia is still pulling cards. So I'm just going to pop in here really quick. Amy, we will add you to the list, but we may not get to everybody. So, but I will put your name on there. And let me just get back to Amanda here. Okay, so Amanda, I got the Priestess of Original Innocence. So this lady is very poetic. I mean, just look here. I just want to make sure because I haven't really gotten this card before. So this is the card, and it's Priestess of Original Innocence. So I just love the fact that we are going into fall. Well, we're mid through fall, going into, well, we're supposed to be getting snow here next week. Shh, that naughty word, snow. But moving forward, and with the bear, I love the bear too because the bears are about motherly love, protection, shelter. They hibernate. So starting, I believe, with the lunar for a lot of us, and what I also learned about Scorpio season too, from Valerie, Illumination Portal, is that Scorpio is the perfect time for really releasing stuff, things that are coming up. And with the eclipses, it's just we're going to be just really releasing a lot, letting things go, and start. A lot of us are going to be raising our vibrations more. And going into winter, it's a beautiful time to be able to assimilate everything that we are going to start processing from the lunar eclipse. So, this eclipse, original innocence, also, innocence is another name for the Fool card, and that's having that leap of faith, moving forward, not being afraid to take those chances. And with the beauty, I just love the bear because you're protected, you're loved, you're guided. And I'm just going to go here really quick because it says here in the book, and I'll just hold this up because I just love, I mean, just how beautiful the snowflakes are too on this. And it says, a witch knows her innocence is her most foundational nature and indulges the arms of that gentle awareness around her, holding her in its loving embrace. Now is the time to let go of any shaming thoughts, anguished should haves, or weighty doubts. You're being asked to transform the perpetual thought, what is wrong with me, into what is in the way of me experiencing my innocence right now. You are a treasure, as is. Wrap that truth around you in this moment. And Amanda, thank you for asking for us to pull a card for you because this is such a beautiful message for everybody in chat. So and it's perfect going into the Scorpio season, letting go, crying, releasing. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be starting a grief and loss group. I'm not going to be starting it, but I'm going to be in one. And so this is the perfect season to start releasing and letting go as we're moving into the end of the harvest, the fall season, the Samhain season, where we connect with our ancestors and connecting with not just the past of our ancestors, but our past selves as well in our own lifetime, and learning how to love and forgive and accept and acknowledge. And I'm just going to end it there because I could just keep going on. And are you ready, Claudia, or do you want me to give it over to Allyson?
I was ready, but I got to go to the restroom. And
okay.
May not be back.
Uh-oh. Okay. Hope you're okay. You're muted.
Of course I'm muted. Hi, everybody. So Amanda, very interesting. I went through 2 different decks. Nothing came out. I said, what the hell? And then I was like, oh, okay. And then I realized I'm being called to pull from something else. I just thought that was interesting. So I thought I would share that with you. Anyways, I pulled from the, what is this one called? This is the Earthly Souls and Spirits, for those of you that, Witches Oracle, for anybody that's interested. And I got Divinity. And then very separate from that, I got Create. These do not feel like they go together. So this talks about recognizing the divine that's around you. This includes, it's not the exact same thing. This includes your ancestors. So there's something going on around you that, and maybe you're already aware of that, but there is support here. And it's funny because I pulled from another deck. I'll get to that in a minute. And this whole thing came up again. And then I got Create. This is about exactly what it sounds like. This is about getting creative in some sort of way. It's an outlet for you. So whatever that means, right? Knit, crochet, sewing, drawing, singing, pottery, whatever. It doesn't even matter, really. A lot of us, myself included, when I'm doing something like that, I'm open. And I get things and whatever. And it's just a very... very healing too. But anyways, so I got that for you. Then I pulled from the African Goddess Rising Oracle. I don't know what's going on, and I don't usually get these cards, and hopefully, anyways, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. But just so you know, I got Aunt Nancy. She talks about betrayal. And I got Medusa. This is Rage.
Oh, wow.
So these are both dark cards. There's only like, I think 3 dark cards in the entire deck. So I don't even really want to say anything further. I just, good. I don't know what's going on here. And this can be, oh, so dramatic, right? It doesn't have to be that big of a deal, but there's something here that, and I don't mean to speak for you, but this is how this comes through. And this is what these cards are, that you would perceive as a betrayal, right? Which might sound too extreme, or maybe it's perfectly accurate. I don't know, but something that you would perceive on some level as some sort of betrayal, and you are pissed. Or this is about to happen, or maybe the betrayal's already happened and you're not quite sure yet and you're going to get pissed, or maybe you're upset about something and then realize it. But this was the order. I got betrayal and I got rage. So again, this could be very, very watered down. If you don't know what this is, just remember that I shared this with you, is what I would say. Just kind of put a pin in that. And I got 3 cards that came out. Those 2 came out together. And then right after that, I got Divine Lineage, which was the first thing that I pulled for you, which is Divinity. This is your ancestors. It's also God, source, whatever you want to call it. But this is about your connection, and it's probably going to be helping you with whatever this is from the other side. That's what I'm getting. So just kind of keep that in mind. And yeah, if it could have something, I'm sharing my job with my, so, and if you have anybody on the other side that you work with or that's close to you, somebody that's in death, that's crossed over, whatever, just know that, whoever's got your back. And that absolutely could be what this is, Amanda. And again, like I said, you can water this down as much as you need to, but the message is here, just to let you know. And yeah, I could see how that could apply depending on what the situation is. So I hope this was helpful, honey. That's what I got.
Awesome. Thank you. So, yes, I am unmuted. Sometimes
yeah,
I
get
forget
your creative juices going. Work on that creativity.
Yes, she said I've been dipping her toe into making stuff again. So that is
for
great.
everybody. It's so good. It's so good to do that.
It's great energy.
Yep. We all have our different gifts and interests. Even if you're not good at it, that's for whoever. It's just fun and good to create stuff.
And so hopefully, I don't know. I think Claudia's not feeling well. She may not come back to the show.
Okay.
So we're all
We'll
sending
wait and
her
see.
our
We'll just keep
love
going.
and healing energy with whatever's, make her not feel well. And hopefully we'll see her back.
Okay.
So next person up is Fatima. And
Hi, Fatima.
Miss Tarot D, I think
Thanks
she
for all the
did leave.
feedback. She's
Yes.
been leaving feedback on all my
Yeah, I
videos.
love the
So
feedback.
sweet.
Yes.
Thank you, honey.
She and Amanda said too, really quick, lots of friends on the other side got that covered. Awesome. Okay.
Nice.
So back to Fatima. And I have one already pulled for her.
Okay.
So I'll just go ahead while you shuffle. And so Fatima, I got the Wonder Hunter. And I just love how her beautiful purple scarf as she's flying along turns into butterflies. So before I even read the card, the book, um, the deer, the stags are all very beautiful animals of leadership. Of they're like the monarchs of the woods. People look up to the stags to lead, to protect, to guide, to herd. Um, and I just love how she's just, sitting. I'm thinking it's side saddle, so it's for me. This also feels very much like a chariot, from the tarot, and so it's showing that she doesn't have a really tight hold on the reins. She is just flying along, in control, and where she's moving forward, she's leaving butterflies of transformation. So for me, I feel like this is you, moving forward. You're taking the reins of your life, of your spirituality. You're doing your channel, and people who know you look up to you. You're a lovely beacon of light, of wisdom, and of inclusivity. And where you go, people are transformed. And so now I'll get to the book, and it says here that wonder is the state of our original self. Um, Babies gaze at the world with wide eyes, taking in every marvel. Somehow, as we grow, that sense is overwhelmed by practical concerns and survival skills, by fitting in, by finding a way to conform to the demands of our environment. So that's a statement right there. It goes on a little bit more, but um, it's telling me to move on. And it says here, wonder is nourishing to the soul. So this is basically like another innocence, making sure that we stay tapped into that wonder of our soul, that innocence, our child, and not to let the world, especially nowadays, drain us or remove that joy and wonder that we have looking at the world like we did when we were younger. And at the end, it says here, a witch knows she cannot live by logic or emotion alone. She is aware that the wide world is a never ending story full of surprises and splendors. She trusts that the universe, in its benign generosity, conspires to delight her. So she takes time to open her heart wide to receive blessings both tiny and great. Mostly, this looks like standing in awe, willing to be astonished. As Kafka once said, remain sitting at your table and listen. Do not even listen, simply wait, be quiet, still, and solitary. The world will freely offer itself to you to be unmasked. It has no choice. It will roll in ecstasy at your feet. So, kind of a different interpretation than what I do when I looked at the cards, but that's why I love oracle cards, because it allows the reader to tap into what they're sensing, what they're seeing in the artwork, and then of course the beautiful language that the author brings. So I hope that resonated with you, my dear, and I'm going to give that right over to Allyson. Allyson.
Jeez, what is wrong with me?
I don't know what is wrong with you.
Oh my
Hi,
God.
I'm
I don't know why I
Allyson.
can never remember. It's
Is
just
the hat too tight?
Yeah, my hat's too
I know
tight.
mine is.
I don't know what it is. Sorry, y'all.
You're
So,
fine, sweetheart.
Fatima, okay. I pulled from two different, actually, I'm feeling like this is what I need to be working with tonight. So I'm going to be doing the Earthly Souls. What is it? I already forgot the name. It'll come to me in a second. The deck that I was using and the African Goddess Rising. I'm just going to keep using those two decks. Anyways, I got, and I love this card. The picture on it is so beautiful. This card is Nurture. And there's this witch, and she's sitting here by her hearth, her fireplace that's out in the middle of the woods, as you do, right? And she's got her little dog on a rug, and it's very beautiful. It's very, very cozy, this whole picture. This is about nurturing yourself. So that tells me that there's a need to do this, or that's how Spirit's seeing it anyhow. So, maybe you're already doing it, but you're not doing enough. Maybe you're not doing any at all. And we are going into this time of the year, right? If you notice the tree that her little owl is in, there's no leaves on the tree. Yeah, this is very autumn feeling. So this is like now. So it's asking you to go within and do some sort of nurturing for yourself. And then I also got, and this feels very separate, doesn't feel like it's connected at all. I got spontaneous. And this is a very beautiful picture to me anyhow. And there's this wolf or this witch, and she's with her wolf, and they're under the full moon, and this wolf is howling. I don't see how the picture's beautiful. I don't see how the picture has much to do with the message, but I know these cards really well. This is about just being open to spontaneity. So like if somebody invites you to go do something, or, if there's a change of plans, there's an opportunity, or, you win a drawing or whatever. This is about going with the flow. And like, if things come up, being more flexible. I don't know if you're rigid or if you're a planner or whatever. This is a good card for me. I used to be much more spontaneous. Now it's like, I need to know ahead of time, and I need to plan everything, and whatever. And it's like, you need to, this is talking about and it could be because there's something's going to happen, or something's going to be offered you. This just came to me, and maybe you'll be tempted to not accept because it's not been planned. This is saying to be more spontaneous, flexible, right? In doing stuff. Separately from the African Goddess Rising, I got Ayazan, and her message is about miracles. And what this is talking about being open to and believing that you can have blessings come in, that things can come to you. When we put out the energy that, and I don't know anything about your life, and I'm not saying that it's good, bad, or indifferent, but like if you're kind of like a and again, I'm not saying this is you, I'm just giving this as an example. If you're kind of like, like kind of negative or down, it makes it really hard for stuff to come in, right? So this is more about believing in the miracles, knowing that you deserve things, knowing that this can happen to you, that good things can come in, all of that kind of thing. And it's a mindset, right? And it's just saying, wonderful. And also the message, and this might be all it is for you, is that you do have something coming, and be open to miracles, believe in miracles, and you will be blessed. So there's like a couple different meanings on this card. So just hold them both to you. Yeah, nurture yourself though. This one's really screaming at me. So I hope that was helpful. That's what I got.
All right. Thank you, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Fatima, she says, yes, I have faith. So, still going on with, yeah, Amanda, you got this. Whatever it is, polite to a fault. Yeah, for me, I am not good with confrontation. So I try to be polite, but as I get older, I'm just so tired of the crap that goes on, with people. It's harder for me to
She's saying she's polite to a fault.
Yeah.
What's your sun sign, Amanda? I'm just curious.
So let me see on Star. And next person up is Odelia. And she just set a card for 2024.
Okay.
Yes, Book Bewitched, that is exactly me. Oh no, just know me and I think later. Damn, I wish I had said this and that. Yeah. When I'm in, she's a Sag. Oh, that's right. Amanda's a Sag like me.
Okay. My mom was kind of like that. And my mom was a Sag. And it probably has to, it's in your other placements. It's not your Sag. It's probably your moon and your emotions.
Very nice. Oh, so I'm just going to keep using this deck tonight. I'm just going to mute myself.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Let's all mute. Yeah. I thought that would be funny.
Let's all mute.
We both start talking and I'll also be like, what? I can't hear you. Oh, and we all, yeah. That's too funny. Kim Lovejoy is also a Sag. Woo, all the Sags in the house.
I love fire signs.
Book Bewitched, my daughter is a Sag. Yep, I have a lot of family the first week.
What?
My great grandmother's is the 4th, my sister's the 5th, and I'm the 6th. And then my grandniece is the 10th, and my great great nephew is the 11th. So you gotta love the Sages.
What is our moderator Stephen? What sign are you? What sun sign are you?
I'm looking to see if he. Okay.
I'm curious.
Inquiring minds want to know, Stephen.
I bet he's fire or air. He might be earth. My daughter's water.
I feel earth because he when I talk to him, he's very grounding for me. Just very kind, very
he could have
he
could have an earth moon, but I'm just curious.
And very quick witted too. Kind of nosy there.
Probably a fire or air.
Kind of nosy there.
What did he answer?
Kind of nosy there.
I'll just pull a card. No. Is he not going to answer?
Yeah,
Steven,
he's a Virgo.
I'm not reading until. Ooh, okay. Okay.
So what is that? That's an air, right?
No, that's Earth.
Oh, it is an Earth.
That's
okay.
Earth. Yeah, I'm Virgo moon. Oh, I can totally see that. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't get that. You've got fire somewhere, though. I know you do.
Oh yeah.
It's probably is Aries. I bet his Aries is Aries, Leo, or Sag, or his Venus.
He's a King of Pentacles. He said.
Sag. What's that?
He says he's a King of Pentacles.
Yeah.
So Adelia, I got the Lion Queen, and she stands in her power. This is kind of like the Strength card too from the tarot. You got the Lion, very prideful, but not humble, but pride in yourself, pride in your abilities, pride in who you are. You're very self-empowered, feeling like for you for next year, just being more connecting to your center, your solar plexus, where your seat of power is, the strength that you feel, that innate strength that you have. It feels like also too people look up to you, or they go to you because of that strength. You stand in your power, you speak your truth, and you're very confident. That's what I'm picking up off this card. So looking at here, the first line that jumps out here is check your boundaries. So making sure that your boundaries are set in 2024. People are drawn to you, to that lion, that leadership, that strength that you always have, but to make sure that people don't take advantage of that. there is a lie here. Are they aligned with sacrifice? So self-sacrificing, martyring yourself for others. You need to really make sure that you keep yourself focused on you and your needs as well, not to give out more than you are taking in. It says here, okay, so it says check your boundaries. Are they crafted securely to honor your sovereignty? And sovereignty, of course, means, you're in control of your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions, um, basically your authenticity, who you are. Um, Now, to uplift and support your values and enhance your own sense of inherent value. So, making sure that your relationships, the people that you allow within, are respecting those boundaries. And it says right here too, are you protecting your precious life force by giving others an opportunity to develop their own sovereignty by saying no? So when you learn how to say no, you teach people how to create their own healthy boundaries and for them to step into their own personal power. And the back message is a witch knows she can't let what's urgent get in the way of what's important. Her deep inner life is the source from which all her creativity, intimacy, and relationships flow. So she will protect both her energy and integrity by drawing a circle around her creative time, her quiet time, and whatever space, internal, external. And this is going internal for yourself too, the self-care, the nurturing, eating healthy, getting enough sleep, drinking plenty of water. People think of boundaries just as like an imaginary wall and keeping. No, this works on all levels: spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. um and I'm just looking to see what else. By drawing a circle around her creative time, okay, with space internal, that imbues her with a sense of belonging. Now is the time to get fierce with your boundaries. You are worth it. So, again, 2024, making sure that your boundaries are set, they're healthy, that you're making sure that what you give out, you're getting back in kind, and making sure that the time that and love that you give to others, that you're showing that for yourself as well. And I'll give it over to Allyson.
Um, oh, I'm not muted.
One of these days I'm going to mess with you and go like this, and I know that you're not.
And I forgot who.
Trick
It's
or
been
treat.
so long. Who is this for?
Oh, this is for Odelia. I'm sorry. Let me put her
Odelia.
name back
That's
up.
okay.
Yeah.
So, Odelia, I pulled from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck for you, and I just pulled one card. And you said a card for 2024, so I quite literally pulled one card. I got Yathiji, and her message is of live out loud. And what this is about is, and I could be wrong, but just kind of reading your energy, I kind of feel like you're like this anyhow. But again, I have no idea. That's what I'm just getting from looking at your name up there. Doesn't mean that I'm right, but that's what I'm feeling like. This is about expressing yourself, saying what you think, and not worrying about what anybody thinks about it. Doesn't matter. You express yourself, you say what you have to say. Live out loud. Like, see this woman here? She's got her hands above her head, and she's got on, it's a still picture, but she's dancing. She's got her mouth open. She's got her arms up. She's got I don't know what that is in her hand, but something that looks like streamers. There's people down here that are definitely dancing. This is about sharing what you know, expressing what you have to say, not holding back, not worrying about whose feathers it's going to ruffle if you say something. It's expression. Say it. Yes. And for people that are more of an introvert, which I don't think this is you, then doing it in the company of those that you feel comfortable doing it in front of, right? But this is about not holding back, saying what you have to say, apply that however it makes sense. Maybe there's somebody that you need to, or whatever it is, your life. So anyways, that's what I got for you. And that's how I asked. It's for buy next year and next year or whatever. Maybe you're gonna have to defend yourself or speak up for somebody that could be another way to see this. But anyways,
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, Fatima's her sister, and she goes, that's exactly what she does. So
Yep. Saying more of that.
Yep. And for people who don't know, Odelia and Fatima are sisters. So we have sisters in the house. Yeah. All righty. So Sylvia would just like a funny message from spirits. So
any funny messages? Oh,
yeah. I was going to say Allyson made her own little funny deck. I don't have a funny deck, but I can make up something.
BRB.
And Sylvia, I know you are here. So I'm going to use my lunatic Lenormand and see what we get. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow, these are some interesting cards. Well, I don't know about funny, but Sylvia, I did get the cross card. And so, how do I make this funny for Halloween? Okay, here's something funny. While you are passing or walking along and seeing people's Halloween decorations, because all these are all up in the yards around near me. I don't know. I'm not good with funny cards, making stuff up. I thought light it up right now. So, well, as you're walking, if you should pass a cemetery or a decoration, see a crow, give the crow a fun name. Now, my friend who's in spirit, her name is Corin. She was a wildlife rescuer, and her specialty was birds. And she actually rescued and raised a crow. And his name, he's probably gone by now too, but his name is Corbin, and Corbin the Crow, or Corbin the Corvidae, however you wanted to call him. So I don't know, out and about, see a crow, give it a fun name, like Corbin. Hey, Corbin. I also got the fox, which is looking at a butterfly. And foxes are very cute. They're very cuddly, but they're also very cunning. So maybe, oh, how do I make something so funny out of this? I just love the little foxies. Oh boy. See, this is why I will never be on caffeinated and filtered, because I don't have funny cards. And I can't make up funny shit. But I do have the stars card, so it's beautiful looking up at the stars. There we go. There's something fun for the stars. Like we all were raised up when you look at star, starlight, star bright, for star seed tonight. People don't realize that's a spell. Kids are taught spells at a young age. That was as you're putting a wish on a star. That is magic. That is a spell. That is intention. So for fun, when you look up at the stars, make an intention of what you would love to bring. And if you want to start singing Jiminy Cricket, think of him singing to you. And then I also got the hearse, and it's got Corbin on it. So I don't know how to make something funny out of that, but we are all going through. This is the season for death and transformation. I have Alma and Edgar Allan Crow, awesome. But you know what the foxes? The foxes are very cunning. So as you're walking them on and looking at the Halloween decorations, think of maybe cunning and fun ways of naming things, or remembering childhood memories from when you were little to make you happy. The stars.
You got the fox?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your definition for it?
Well, I'm trying to make it fun for her, but the foxes are, in the Lenormand, are about cleverness. They're tricksters. They're very good for camouflaging especially when you go into like a room of people or something, you want to get like a vibe.
And it can be bad too.
Yeah, I'm trying to make this funny for her.
Well, okay.
I'm doing my best.
No, I get it. No. I'm sorry. And I don't have funny cards. I have sarcasm cards.
Yeah, so funny. Make people. I'll hand it over to you because.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was just asking, and the reason I asked is because I'm looking at my cards, and I heard you say the fox, and then I heard you were saying, because Fox has a very different meaning, and it correlates with my reading, the
Okay.
fox. So that's the only reason I asked. Sorry. Okay. So, Sylvia, this is kind of like sarcasm. Are you okay? This is
Yeah. Yeah, this is what she
humor.
wants to make it light, make people laugh.
I mean, this one's not too aggressive, but this is sarcasm. It's not rainbows and unicorns, right?
There you go, Steven. Why didn't I think of that? That's why we have Steven here to help save me.
So what I got, Sylvia, is because I made some cards. I got actually, let me read first. I pulled you a card from this Roast Iconic deck, right? And I actually got really one of the only cards in here that's not kind of mean. If you wanted a funny reading, you're going to get, I mean, it's not really funny. This is information I got, which I think is so funny because I said this is not rainbows and unicorns. I got a unicorn for you, honey. And I love, look at the mane on this unicorn. And so anyways, this is what this says, Sylvia. It says, you are a rare and unique creature. Be wary of vampiric people who would try to capture you and drain you of your magic and mystery. Or even worse, watch out for those who will try to make you forget who you are. Stop being so nice to creeps. If you have been feeling lonely in this life, take heart and stay strong. It will be worth it. So I don't know what or if any of this really makes sense, but I take this as a warning. There's somebody that's just not. I mean, we all probably have somebody in our life that we can just kind of go, if we haven't already gotten rid of them in some sort of way. But I'm taking this as a gentle warning. This could be online, it could be a real person in your real life, whatever it is. There's somebody here. This is what this message is. And then I pulled from the deck that I made, and they go along with this. I got Bye Felicia and Red Flag Warning. So
who's Felicia?
Yeah. Bye Felicia. That's a reference from Friday. I'm sure most of us seen Friday. I guess Heather didn't see it. It's a really funny movie, but it's like, it means bye, done, see ya, nope, over, get lost,
gotcha.
Ciao. Yeah. Bye, Felicia. So, yeah. What did you say? If I start telling you fudge off, what, you know why? So, but anyways, that's what I got for you.
She goes, that is funny. Yeah. Aww.
I take these as actual readings. Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Tiffany is still, are you still good for, Miss Tarot D said she had to leave. But I would still like to do a read, like a couple card pulls for Miss Tarot D. They'll be our last. But Tiffany is still here. So are you good for another 2 readings? We're at 9:36.
Well, say that all again. What?
Okay. We have 2 readings left.
Okay.
Tiffany is next. Miss Tarot D had to leave. She said, don't worry about me, but I would still like to pull, a card for her.
Yeah, I mean, she's not here, but I'll try. I always do. I've noticed I do much better if the person's present with getting an accurate read. But yeah, absolutely. So Tiffany, does she have a question? Sorry, my wording is over
Let me, what should I
Oh, I see.
Creative this year. Yeah. Well, I mean, to pull cards, I can say is
Me
maybe
too. I don't even need to pull cards for that.
And I could do. She goes. She would love a Lenormand, but being creative, just for me, it's like go to like an art store or like a Michael's or something. Walk around the aisles, see what catches your attention. Peruse Pinterest. Oh my God, Pinterest is so great for different crafting and arts and things. They right now, because we're going into the holiday season, a lot of the stores near me, like Hobby Lobby, Michael's and stuff, are starting to set up displays for holidays where you can get like a big chest of art supplies that includes inexpensive watercolors, pencils, and just little things to dab with and to play and stuff. So But yeah, I'll pull you some cards, Tiffany. But that would be a great thing that I can recommend because of being an artist. So I would start like hitting up the supply stores and whatnot, and even going to the dollar store. They are really starting to develop a cool little craft section where they sell like a liquid acrylic paints. They're starting to sell little canvases, some colored pencils, a lot of crafty things. So yeah, it doesn't need to be expensive at all. Just to play around and see what you have fun with the most. Hell, even a box of good old Crayola crayons, you know, and a coloring book or just a pad of paper and just start having fun and not even thinking about trying to make any, just grabbing colors and putting colors down and just playing and releasing and relaxing and just having fun. Okay, so.
I can go.
Okay.
So what I did, Tiffany, was I asked the African Goddess Rising Oracle what you can do to be able to more naturally tap into your creativity. Right. And then you'll know, or it'll help you know. And what I got was Mama Jumbo. Actually, it's Jumbo, if I remember correctly. And the message from her is shine. And you can see she's actually like a tree. And she has this, I don't know what that is. It's like a ram looking animal at her feet. Yeah. And she has light in her hands. She has ram's horns coming out of her head. Anyways, this is the message. The guidance message is you were born to shine. Be seen. Be heard. Be a movement. We need to know your name. We want to learn your dance. The embodiment message is daring to rise and shine starts with the courage to be seen and heard. Your story matters and someone needs to hear it. This is absolutely your message, Tiffany, because I remember reading for you like a week ago and I remember the subject matter and what was going on. I feel like you need to hear this. The part I already read, probably the rest of it as well, but what I just read. Fear of shining brightly keeps you in the shadows, hiding and shrinking. There is no way to claim your voice and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment, but you are not, wait a minute. There is no way to claim your voice and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment, but you are not for everybody. There's no way to claim your voice and avoid rejection, criticism, and judgment, but you are not for everybody. If everyone likes you, you are not really being you. The goddess declaration, which is like a mantra that you can embrace if you choose to, is I am ready to be seen and heard. In other words, don't be small. Express yourself, be real. Not everybody's going to like you, and that's okay. You'll find your people, or whoever, or maybe you kind of fly solo and you only have a small group. That's how I am. And I like it that way, and maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I'm just saying that's what this message is. And get out into nature. I'm feeling compelled to say that to you, especially looking at this card. I think you need to get grounded. And I don't know if you, actually, I'm going to just stop because I'll go on for 10 minutes. Get outside. I don't know where you live and winter hasn't set in yet. I don't care where you are. Yeah, unless you're not in the US, but I'm pretty darn sure you are. Get outside, experience the change of the season, all of that. It's still not too cold. Well, we got a cold front coming. Walk around barefoot in the grass, in the dirt even. Doesn't even matter. Get grounded. Hug a tree. A lot of people joke around and say that. It works. It's very good. Watch the birds. Go somewhere if you can, like in a wooded area or whatever, and just listen. Social phobic. You don't need,
Oh wow,
yeah,
I got cards for that.
This message is absolutely for you. I would listen to this on the replay and really listen to it. And maybe
I'm getting similar cards.
There's so much I want to say. Yeah. Tiffany, you can email me if you want a personal reading for me. And I've said that to a couple people. Nobody's tipped me up on it. And I mean for free. Just get a hold of me. And I will do a reading for you. And also, I just feel, I don't know, I'd like to talk to you, honestly. But anyways, yeah, that's the message. So get a hold of me if you want to. I'll do a reading for you for free.
Wow. Okay.
A real
So,
reading.
Book Bewitched said 37 degrees here, 24 tonight. Well, we had 70, almost 75 degrees here today, but temperatures started dropping tomorrow.
I'm just saying there's a hot front moving through the US right now. It's going to be done real soon. But like today, we already had a frost, and today it was 76 for the high. It's probably the last day. But anyways, I'll stop.
Okay, so Tiffany, I got the child card. So this is, again, when it comes about, at least with the creativity, tap into that inner child. Allow that inner child to play. Let her be free to express herself however she wants without anybody else telling her how she or what she should. And a great example is people who I've heard people say, well, I want to take a painting class, and someone would say to them, well, why would you do that? You don't really have any artistic talent. Wouldn't you be wasting money? Things and comments like that. Some people might think they're saying it, out of love or kindness, but really it's inappropriate. And comments like that from people just really kill the creative spirit. I actually have a friend who has gone through that, and I get the anxiety when you said family. I got public and family on the next Lenormand card. So there, being on public, there is a family. Um, I have dog, which is about loyalty, um, trust. No, you cannot do that. Okay, he wanted to say hi, everybody. So there's my Mozzie. He wanted to say hello, so he's going to get down now so I can finish the reading. Say bye-bye, everybody. All righty. And down you go. Okay. And I also got the female card. So I'm not sure if this is representing you or mother, because I'm getting a lot of family here. I'm getting public, I'm getting loyalty, and I'm getting trust. I also got the messenger, which means messages are coming to you. Someone's delivering you a message. And I also did get the whip card, and the whip has to do with hurtful things, physical, painful. It could be verbal. It just, this is like the message coming through to me, and like what Allyson had received was there is a lot of abuse. There's pain. I mean, it's the whip. Whips are snap actions, snap thoughts, quick words, things that shouldn't be said, things that hurt. I also got the mountain, which represents obstacles, and I also got clouds, which represent confusion. And I'm just feeling like they're right now because of, and I'm glad Allyson went first to help me clarify what I was looking at here. So the best thing that you can do is tap into that creativity right now. Be yourself, connect with yourself, let that child play. Do not let people in family, whether they agree with what if they don't approve or whatever, or they might, but from what I'm seeing here is that I'm getting the message of some type of um it's painful. It's, I don't want to say abusive, but whatever is causing you, whatever this pain that you're experiencing is making you like hit obstacles, like you can't connect with your creativity. You feel like you look at, how am I going to get over this, how am I going to get above that? I'm confused. The clouds represent confusion, things not being clear, things being kind of cloudy. I just really feel like whatever it is that makes you happy, what brings you joy, what brings out that little inner child, and this too could represent feeling like a child when you are around family and adults, possibly a mother figure. And you want to be loyal. The dog's about loyal and trust, but you have to really, the message that he's coming forward with on this horse is about whatever this, whatever's causing you suffering and pain, and it's causing you to feel like you're hitting a wall, an obstacle, like you can't see above it, and it's causing confusion, unclear. Yeah, I would take Allyson up on that. And just know that you are enough. You are worthy of unconditional love. This is what I'm feeling like I need to be saying. And that what makes your soul happy, what brings you joy, as long as it's for the highest good for yourself and others, especially that creativity, if that's where you find that joy, if that's where you find that healing, if that's where you find the peace, then do whatever you need to do to tap into that. And I'll end it there. Yeah, this makes perfect sense. Okay. Aries Girl Tarot, I'm going to post that on a truck stop wall. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, trick or treat. There's the trick.
What a stinker. He's
Yeah.
definitely a male Virgo.
But she says, this makes perfect sense. Thank you very much. So, and Book Bewitched Indigo, he's a bigger version of my Zelda Moon. Yep. He's a big kitty. So for our last, I will let Miss Tarot D know that we just did a journal for her.
I just pulled for her.
Okay, so let me put you on the big. Do the booster.
All right. Ms. Tarot D, I'm assuming she's going to watch the replay.
Yeah, I'll let her know. She says, no, you don't have to do it. That's okay. I'm visiting with my nephew, but, you know, I still like to be able to pull something.
For you, Ms. Tarot D, I pulled from the African Goddess Rising Oracle, and I pulled, and gosh, it's been a while since I've looked at all these. I think it's Tanit. It's not Tana. It's not Tanit. Yeah, I think it's Tanit is how you pronounce this. She's very like belly dancer looking. These are all African goddesses, though, or most of them are. A couple of them are from different places. Ancient Carthage. Oh, actually, I'm going to go ahead and read this part because we're wrapping up. I'll just read the whole thing. So Tanit, she's the goddess of pleasure. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure-filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name, which is pretty cool. I think I pronounced it right. It's Ibiza, right? Yeah, that sounds right. Anyways, her guidance message is you are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. And the embodiment message is, how much juicy pleasure can you stand?
Ooh.
Turn up the pleasure principle. It says you secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting source. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. And the goddess declaration is, it feels good to feel good. So I love that for you, honey.
Oh, wow. Yes. That's beautiful.
Oh, I just got goosebumps.
I think we all could use a little more pleasure. No, I could. So, Miss Tarot D, I have, and it's the perfect color. These are your purples, pretty colors.
Oh, yeah. This card was all purple.
Oh, cool. So we got the purples.
Lots of purple. I didn't know she liked purple.
Yep. The Lambeth Walker, and she is just really cool. No, you can't come up here. Now the other one's meowing to come up here. Just absolutely beautiful. I even love that hat. Just beautiful. So, Miss Tarot D, we all seek comfort. It's human nature. After walking the labyrinth, we desire to sink into the center, relax, stay, maybe build a home there. We yearn to become centered by stasis, as if our spiritual, physical, or emotional well being is a target we can hit, a status we can achieve. We get to the center and believe we've arrived, as if our well being is a goal with a finish line instead of an ever evolving process, a continuum we walk daily. We seek the center and want to stay, not realizing the center, if occupied too long, becomes a trap. Stasis turns into stagnation, just like a river that no longer moves. This is time to embrace the continued journey inward towards source, the imaginal and the liminal, and outward towards life, the practical and the tangible. A witch knows her journey moves in both directions, inward and outward, and doesn't count the steps inward as accomplishment nor the required steps outward as failure. She embraces both expansion and entropy and is devoted to the path as it circles and changes. Wow, I think that's got to be one of my most favorite cards with the writings and readings
Yeah,
in
it's a
that.
nice message.
That is beautiful. So that's my card for you, and that resonates a lot for me too, for you. So what a beautiful way to end the show. So again, thank you everybody for joining Allyson and I for another Friday night. Claudia was with us. She fell ill, so we're sending her lots of love and well-being and healing hugs towards her. And yes, Stephen, cosmic orgasms for all on the house. So we already know what Allison's got going on this weekend. A lot of fun, a lot of good stuff. May or may not have time to post any videos, but she's been doing a lot this week. You did the elementals and then you did all the signs.
I did, yeah. If anybody's interested, check out my library, and I'll probably record and post something on Sunday, I would think.
Very
But
cool.
tomorrow's all about fun. So
yes, I have Ivana Intuitive joining me tomorrow night, and when her and I get together, it's all about giggles and good times, and we'll be doing readings for the full moon and lunar eclipse. And on that note, everybody, again, have a beautiful rest of your evening, your day, wherever you are. Have a great weekend, and we will see you next Friday or on one of our other shows. Bye.
y'all.